Thursday. How y'all doing? Yes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday. We almost at Friday, y'all. We are almost at Friday. Listen, I'm ready for the weekend to get here because this has been a long week. All right. Hopefully you guys had a great day though. Says we have the love after lockup edition. Okay. Okay, since I rang the doorbell before I came in. Thank you so much, Valerie Jones, for doing that. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, girl. What's the tea? Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Linda Gamble, my mom. Thanks for being here. Valerie Jones, the bear. Thanks for being here, dear. Who else? Mrs. Washington. Thank you for being here. All right. I know a few more people are going to be coming in. We can go ahead and get started though. Okay. You just have to do the replay. Because y'all know I be trying to get my lives on out the way. Okay, I'm tired. I'm hungry. Like, I got a lot going on today. Oh, I'm glad my back is feeling better. My back was hurting last night, y'all. I think I slept wrong. Y'all remember I told y'all I had some issues with my back when I got into an accident? I still be having issues if I don't sleep right with like a pillow like between my knees, and I got 1,000 pillows in the bed. But if I don't sleep in a certain like position, like I wake up and my back be screaming. So my back feels a lot better today. I took me some medicine last night before I laid down, and I woke up this morning. It feels a little bit better, way better than yesterday. I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, I feel a little better today, child. That and some prayer, honey. That always do it. But thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. Tawana Zeta Mom. Thanks, dear Kim Burns, TKO 2890. Thank you, dear, for being here. And Petitious, I see you. Armanelle Moore. Who else we got? I don't want to leave nobody out. Stacy Boyd, Shirley Terry, April Pearson, Constance Abram, Liz C., Shelly Matlock, I'm sorry. And I got glasses on. Etta G, Mocha's Cafe. Thanks for being here. Did I leave anybody? Did I leave April Pearson, Shirley Terry, Stacy Boyd? Let's see, Bernadette Clemens, Myra Alexander. Who else? I said in petition. Chevelle Carter, Latanya Gibson, SD Warren. Hi, Reader, Gina Jenkins. Hi, Deborah Porter. Hi, Stacy Boyd. God's Grace. Okay, yes, ma'am. God's Grace. Thanks for being here, Lisa Foster, Delilah T, Denise Slay, Denise Green. We got a lot of Denises in the building. Okay, Darlene Stewart. Yes, honey. Yolanda Gordon, Steph M, Elizabeth James. Thanks for being here, Renee Robinson, Kim Jones. All right, I see y'all in the building. Thank y'all. I hope each and every one of you that are in here, I hope you guys hit that like button. Okay. Yes, I hope you did. Thank you, Linda, for modding for me tonight, dear. All right, so let's move on. Of course, we do not have no celebrity news because that's Car Chronicles. I'm about to say celebrity news is always first. So yes, honey. Let's go ahead and get into some great topics. If you saw the description, you guys know we're going to be talking about Destiny Child. We're going to not Destiny's Child, but Destiny. We're going to be talking about P. Diddy's PI, private investigator running around harassing the bloggers, you guys. Who knew? Okay, who knew that the PI, Diddy's PI, is out here harassing the bloggers and telling them, hey, you got to take this down, trying to intimidate them into not posting things about Diddy. I ain't gonna be intimidated. I'm gonna post whatever dog I want because this is my channel. Okay, he shouldn't have been out there on the board-ish. All right, and I am covered under the Fair Use Act, PI. So don't you come traipsing your ass up over here on that mess. You don't run nothing over here, including your mouth, bitch. This is my platform. Don't bring that over here. All right. Now we're gonna be talking about Stormy, honey, and everybody out here saying that she is white labeling her products, honey, her body butter. We're gonna be talking about that. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff that I pulled up as well. We're gonna be talking about Mel and Martel and their court date, which was today. We're going to be giving you guys an update on that. I got some information on Porsha Williams, honey, where she had to have a sit down with her attorneys to enforce her prenup. We're going to get into that as well. So we got a lot of great stuff to talk about, okay? Yes. And surviving Diddy. We're going to be talking about that too. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to go ahead and talk about Destiny first, okay, and what she had to say. Destiny, honey, speaks on why she did not share so much on when she was on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm like, girl, look. We already know why you didn't share. Like, how many interviews you got to do talking about this? Like, how many interviews do you have to do talking about this? You already said that LeBear has some kind of gag order or something on you. Girl, we don't care. We don't really care that you back on the show for season 7 because quiet as kept. We're really thinking about blacking out. Now, that's what they're talking about. We're talking about blacking out. I said let's do a test run of 4 episodes. The first 4 episodes we should black out. just to show Carlos King and them that the millimeters really do run this bitch, okay? Because honestly, I feel like we are the majority viewers of the actual show. I'm sorry. The T Squad, who is the T Squad? Who are the Raindrops? Like, who the hell are they? Who the hell are they? I said, and I spoke to several content creators, I think that we should band together as millimeters, as supporters of Melody. For the first 4 episodes of season 7, I think we should black out, like don't watch it all, unless you watch it like on YouTube, because then they don't get the views from there. Do not watch it. Like, don't put it on, like don't watch it at all. Even if you set it, don't even set it to record, because then that still gives them a view. Like, don't even watch the first 4 episodes. Rely on your content creators to actually, because I can watch my shit on YouTube. It's other ways to watch the show and still get what we need to get to report to you guys, okay? But just to send them a message to let them know, like, without us, since y'all want to be taking people to court, since y'all don't want us really to support, you want our support for the show, but you want to turn around and sue people for things that you put out there. So I feel like in my heart that is what we as supporters of Melody should do. Carlos King, you want to be out here striking channels and shit like that? Why are we going to support your channel and continue to put money into your pocket? The first 4 episodes. Okay, I'm asking the people that watch me, first 4 episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 7, don't watch. Go on YouTube and watch this. They're going to post it on YouTube. They're going to wait like a day or so. Wait like a day or so, and they're going to post it right there on YouTube. You'll see the entire episode. Just do not watch it on your network, on their own network. And once they see those views have gone down tremendously, then that's going to send a message like, stop fucking with the millimeters and stop trying to strike people's channels. And Maurice, stop trying to sue the bloggers, because we're the one that's actually putting money in your pocket, and we're the one that's really giving you a job. I mean, what y'all think? What y'all think? I talked to T-Talk about it, as well as some more content creators. I'm just saying, thanks so much for all of you that are in there. Black out. Let's show them. The first 4 episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 7. Do not watch it. Watch it on YouTube. Wait a day or so. It'll be there. It'll be right there. And y'all know the content creators I cover it, and I'm very thorough with my reviews. So if you watch my channel, you already know that I give you every single detail, from the way they bat their eyes to what they have to say to what they had on. Like, y'all know I be on my ish over here with my reviews. But we got to send them a lesson, because they've been doing too much between season 6 up until now. And there's been a lot going on, and we've been trying, as content creators, we've been trying to keep you guys updated on what's been going on outside of the show, because quiet as kept outside of the show is more interesting than the show. So you guys follow the show, so it's up to us as content creators to keep you guys updated on that. So I said that is one way that we can show them that we're really not playing with you guys. Like, you want to strike us, you want to take money from our pockets, we're going to just sit here and black out. We're going to black out, and it's going to send a message to Carlos King as well. We're tired of the bullshit with Martel. We're tired of you allowing Martel to continue to wreak havoc and still show his face on this show when he really don't have a storyline. He don't have no businesses. His only hope for being on the show is to go on there and taunt Mel. That's it. Like, what are you doing on the show? He still has a pending case. We're going to get into it here in a minute. I don't want to jump the gun too much, but that's what I'm asking. Okay, and several other content creators said, okay, yeah. So that's up to you guys. I don't want to tell nobody what to do, but I said that I think that's a great thing to do with everything that's going on. I don't want to support somebody who don't support me. Carlos don't support us. Carlos do not support the bloggers, and we are the reason why Love and Marriage Huntsville is hot. Period. Like I said, Tisha's T Crew, or whatever she call it, T Crew, whatever it is. Raindrops, boo. Them people over there to watch Wanda, them, boo. I promise you, the millimeters is what's got that shit over there popping, okay? Without us, the damn show will be stopping. So, yeah, let's go ahead and band together, guys, and do what we got to do out here. All we need is 4 episodes. That'll send a message, okay? And I guarantee their asses get in line, because they're going to realize real quick, okay, the millimeters really do have a lot of power. Like, they really do. They really, really do. We might want to stop this shit. Maurice going to probably drop all them fake-ass lawsuits after that. Like, you know what? Let me drop this shit, because they ain't playing with our ass. We about not to have no job. Because y'all ain't got shit else going on besides Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know Martel don't. Martel ain't got shit else going on besides Love and Marriage Huntsville. Tisha and y'all got all them loans. You need that chick. Okay? Somebody said, you ain't got to tell me twice. Listen, let's get into this Destiny child. Destiny Tackleberry Payton, honey. Let's talk about her, why she wants to tell us for the umpteenth time why she didn't share as much as she should have shared on Love and Marriage Huntsville when she was on there. All right, let's go ahead and get in this. Shout out to What's Happening, because that's where I heard it.
Definitely speaking my language when it comes to the season of being silenced and what is not for TV. I went through a lot, as you know, in the last 2.5, almost 3 years, and a lot of it didn't make TV. A lot of it was too much for TV, and I was in a space and in a place where I knew that I shouldn't talk about it because
it's not video, guys. It's audio, okay? So just in case somebody's like, why we're not showing it? It's just audio, okay? So that's why I'm just playing it.
Wasn't in a safe space. I also wasn't in a place to even understand what I was going through or even accept what I was going through. And I chose to be silent. And in my silence, it's a lot to carry. My silence, I said, has been killing me. So I understand when God wants you to move in a certain way and it's against your norm. Right. It's against your norm of just like, hey, this is what it is. And so I get that 1,000%. And I'm stepping into the season where I've healed enough to be able to share. So I get where you're at. I think healing enough to be able to share allows you to get rid of the root of the thing where you're angry, where you'll come say things that you typically wouldn't say when you're healed in a healed space, because hurt people do hurt people. And so the situations that hurt you may bring you to a space outside of your silence or your healing to say things that you typically wouldn't say. And you start questioning, who is this? This is not even me. And so you have to get into that space of hearing God and moving when he tells you to. And that's why obedience is better than sacrifice.
Now she saved out here, y'all.
Say that again, girl. Obedience is definitely better than sacrifice. Yes, it is. And
when Destiny gets so saved, y'all, I missed that.
I also realized was that what I was experiencing wasn't a storyline. It wasn't for sale. It wasn't for ratings. And a lot of people, I took a lot of scrutiny for that, still am, for not sharing what people felt like they were privy to in my life and not knowing that other people are involved that I'm protecting. And in the process of it all, and also one of the things I found out about that moment in that space that I've been in, was my silence was meant to put me in the position that I was in where I had to lean on God solely, for not even understanding what my assignment was, what my purpose was. But I found my purpose in my pain. And I know people use that a lot, but I really, really did. Fought it. Didn't want it to be a part of my purpose. Didn't know I end up sitting here in a space where I want to offer healing for myself first and to others, to give a platform to people to talk about what they've experienced and how they've overcome so that other people can do the same. When I talk about my silence killing me, it's been a journey for me to be able to understand the balance of sharing and when to share and listening to my inner voice and listening to God leading me on when it was time, because one of the things I really truly believe is that when you share things, that they should be in a space of somewhat healed so that you can heal others versus coming from a place of bitterness, anger, frustration. So my silence, although it has been killing me, it has been necessary for this space of my life. All right, you guys.
Shout out to What's Happening. What y'all think about it? Destiny, shut up. When you become so saved and quoting Bible scriptures, like what were these scriptures when you out here forging names and getting mug shots out here with a bear had to go down there and file papers on your ass? Girl, please stop playing in folk face. Destiny want to be a victim so bad. Destiny wants to be a victim so bad, it's literally about to take her out of here. Why? I haven't seen nobody want to be a victim so bad. Destiny, you want to be a victim so bad with your nasty ass attitude, girl. Ain't nobody checking for you like that. For real. Even LeBaric not checking for you. Like he done had to take her ass back to court several times because she ain't complying with the damn child custody case. I mean, the child custody agreement between the two of them. She's not complying with it. So he's had to go back to court to sanction her because she's doing what the hell she want to do. But then you want to do all these God quotes, girl. Get out of here, Destiny. Ain't nobody checking for you. And now you're coming back this season to be harassing Sonny and Moses because they together. That's going to be her storyline. I done told y'all. This is going to be some stupid mess. I see it. Carlos King, you behind the mess. Why you out here talking about, Juan Dixon is the worst guy on reality TV? No, nigga, it's Martel. Like I said it yesterday. How you skip over him? How you skip over Martel? How you skip over? Let me remind you. Because Cameron did a little homework today. Let me remind you who is the worst. Okay. Let's remind you, Carlos, since you keep forgetting. Because I love to remind people, okay, when they seem to forget right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and remind you right quick, Carlos, who is the worst on damn reality TV right quick, since you seem to forget so much. That's your boy right there. Okay. That's your boy right there. Okay. Martel Holt. Okay. I added the whore in there. His mama named him Lavore. I named him whore. All right. Lavore Holt. Booking number 24J100095. Booking date 1/9 of 2024. That's this year at 4:02 p.m. That's in the evening. Birthday 1/4/1982. Won't nobody at your fucking birthday. We saw that. All these friends you say you had. I done said that shit before. Martel, he got all these friends. Melody didn't have any friends that she started out with. I still have all the friends that I had from high school and college. None of them hoes was at your birthday party though. You won't nobody there. But okay, carry on. Case number 541007. Got the statute there. Got the charge description listed as domestic DV, third degree child, harassing communications. Arresting agent is the Huntsville Police Department. So I didn't see Ralph Pittman with one. Drew Sidor's husband don't have a mugshot that I've seen. Juan Dixon ain't got no mugshot that I've seen. Who else was a trash ass husband? Let's go on over there on Bell Collective. Cliff ain't got one that I've seen. Okay. I ain't seen none of the other ones up over there with no mugshot, but Martel damn sure got one. Martel, he sure got one. Out of all the men on your platform, this is definitely the worst. So why you trying to say out of all of reality TV, nah, bro, bring it in, reel it in. Like Kim said, reel that shit back in. It's Martel, child. I know you don't want to say it's him because maybe you scared of him, or maybe y'all got a little thing, like a me and Mrs. Jones thing going on behind the scenes, allegedly. Why he out here saying he got a hook and a curve, and Carlos sitting over there smiling like he know about it. Girl, I got a hook and a curve. His ass sitting over there smiling. Carlos sitting over there smiling like hell. I was like, how you know? What you smiling for like you done saw it? We know you got a hook and maybe some socks down there. I don't know about no damn curve. Weenies don't curve, okay? Viennas don't curve, but go off. Viennas don't curve, but go off. Anybody ever seen a curve in a Vienna? Please send me that picture if you got it. If you got it now. If you ever seen a little, what's those little smokies? Those little smokies, have y'all ever seen a little smoky or a little Vienna with a curve? Anybody? I ain't never seen that shit. I'm trying to see what that be like. If you got a picture though, feel free to send it right on over. Let me get him up off my screen, child, because I'm tired of looking at him. I'm tired of you. All right, let's move on, child. All right, so Diddy's PI, child, is out here reaching out to bloggers, honey, trying to deter them from speaking on the Diddy case. All right, so now there's a lady called and she is a TikTok blogger by the name of Vicky May. What is it? She's name was Vicky May. All right. And the PI's name is Mr. Russell Green. Okay, he is the guy who's running around here damn harassing. I say allegedly, reaching out to different content creators and bloggers, child, on different platforms, trying to tell them what they can and cannot talk about. Well, I already said it. We're not gonna play them kind of games up over here. Yeah, that's what you won't be doing. You won't be telling me what the hell I can post and or talk about. Not over here. You better find somebody else to play with. Okay. Yeah, shout out to Tisa Tales, because one of my content creators sent me this, and I was like, oh, okay, because we've been covering the Diddy stuff. So I'm gonna play a little bit of what they're saying here, okay? So y'all can hear it. All right. Shout out to Tisa Tales. I like her. She's so thorough. All right. Let me get to. All right.
Information about Rodney Jones. Hi, Russell. This is Victoria. I got your email.
Hey, Victoria. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I got sent your TikTok. You covering the Diddy case.
Uh-huh.
Is you okay to speak with me about this?
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's her.
Obviously, we're not in court right now. We're going to be in court at some point. But the information that you're covering, in addition to involving me, is 100% inaccurate.
Sorry. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear you saying anything.
Okay, so is there a reason that you're calling me? Because as mentioned in the video, all of this is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is all, as listening to anybody who follows me, they know this is just his version of events. Nothing in this docket is fact nor fiction until obviously it's proven in court. But only thing I did was read what was in the docket. So I didn't insinuate that it was true. I just read what was listed.
Yeah, I just want to caution you as a journalist, as what you're doing, or the entertainment that you're doing. You're actually causing a little bit more harm than good. And what I want to share with you, I understand you keep using the word allegedly. The problem is that the way that you're covering it sends a different message. And I just want to caution you that this is a very real investigation. This is not entertainment. The text messages that you're covering, and the text message, the way that you're presenting it, matter of fact, even what you said was inaccurate. The text message that you're referring to in your story, if you go back and listen to it, doesn't even go with the story that you're giving. It's a different text message.
Sir, I'm not giving anything, sir. I'm reading what's on literally on the screenshot on the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you would have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote it. So I'm just literally, and once again, I'm not a journalist. All I'm doing is literally reading what's on the paper and literally reading it to the audience. All of this is public information. I understand why you're calling and you're saying it's inaccurate, which I appreciate. So now I know going forward, you will not ever be mentioned. You're only mentioning that small piece. So I get that part. But I'm not insinuating. Go ahead.
Just listen to me very carefully. Okay. Go back and listen to what you put out there, and then look at the text message that you're referring to. And I will remind you of this. You're looking at a screenshot of something that is incomplete. A lot is incomplete.
Okay, so that yeah, and I get you. And once again, that would be, this conversation would be with Tyrone Blackburn. I didn't write the docket. I only recorded it. I'm like, I didn't write that.
Well, I understand, but I would hope. And trust me, it's being dealt with Blackburn and judges and attorneys and all that. But again, if you want to have any credibility, not just run an entertainment site. If you want to have any credibility in what you're doing and what you're saying, instead of just saying alleged, really, really be mindful and careful of what you're putting out there and do a little bit more research. If you do a little bit more research, I think it's going to change your opinion, and it's also going to change how you promote.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to do what I'm telling you. I'm letting you know it's 100% fabricated, and all you're doing is recirculating something that's 100% fabricated. And I can't go into any more details about it.
Right, because this is an active investigation. Right, yeah.
But I'm just letting you know, I'm giving you a heads up. I'm trying to help you. I don't have to make this call, but I'm trying to help you. Be very careful with the way that you're promoting this. And just go back and do some of your research. Do some research. You're smart. I see what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I totally get it. But just because you say alleged, there's still some responsibility that comes with what you're doing. This is not a game, not entertainment. No, it's entertainment on your part. This is not entertainment. This is a real criminal investigation. And so if you just take a little bit of time, do some research on the people that you're covering and the validity of what's being said and what you're putting out there, I think you're going to have a much, much better story than what you're putting out there right now.
Yeah, I hear you. And I appreciate the call. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Now, Vicky is a good human being, because I want to let
me say this. First of all, don't question my credibility. She's told him several times that she read it straight from the deposition. Same shit I did. I covered the deposition. For those of you that follow me, I covered all 75 pages of this Diddy case from Lil Rod. Okay. And I pretty much built my commentary around what I read of what Tyrone Blackburn, which is the attorney for Lil Rod, who is representing him. That's the person that drew up the deposition. So I read straight from the deposition to you guys word for word. So I can say allegedly and all of that on top of that, because I'm not putting my words into it. I'm reading it verbatim. So if you feel a way about that, and I get it, you're supposed to be a PI for Diddy, but don't be running around trolling people and making little subtle threats, trying to tell people what they might want to do. As a journalist, you might want to do this. And just because you say allegedly, we are covered under the Fair Use Act. Okay, first and foremost. Okay. And if I post it on my channel, first of all, I'm gonna do my homework on it before I even put it up there. And the simple fact that he decided to bring his ass up on her platform and try to scare her into taking it down and retracting some things that she may have said and are not covering it in the future. Hell no. This is a hot topic. Everybody's talking about Diddy, from Nancy Grace to you name it, TMZ, Nancy Grace. Everybody's talking about Diddy. So what you CNN is talking about Diddy. I see y'all put it in there. Everybody is covering Diddy. So you're gonna go to everybody's platform and tell them you need to take that down because I'm Diddy's PI. You don't scare nobody. You don't scare anybody to be telling them to take anything down. Mr. Russell Green, let's call your name out. I don't give a damn if you are a PI. I don't give a fuck if you Magnum PI in this bitch. I'm letting you know I'm not taking anything down. I'm not editing anything on that fucking video because I read all 75 pages. And the names that were listed in there are the names that I called out. Now, maybe y'all want to reach on over there to Tyrone Blackburn and you might want to say to him, hey, sir, maybe some of these things in the deposition that you put out there may not be totally correct. And then take that up with him. I don't want to hear that shit. I promise you I don't. It will not. I promise you. Go and look at the video again. The shit gonna be still the same. I'm not. Please don't come over here with that, because he's targeting people that's covering this Diddy trial. Okay, and we're gonna cover some more shit today. So I'm going to get you good and mad. You mad now? I'm about to go and get you good and mad. I'm going to swing at the air today because we're gonna talk about Diddy's ass again. The nerve of him. The nerve of you, sir. I don't give a damn if he Magnum PI this bitch. I'm gonna talk about it. Mr. Russell Green PI. Get your ass on, sir. You don't scare no one. Somebody say, yes, I'm with that. What is wrong with people? And that's got to come straight from Diddy. Now that's what? Witness intimidation. That's what it's giving. R. Kelly did the same bullshit when everybody's talking about him. They were getting ready to put out that Diddy, put out the R. Kelly documentary, trying to do witness intimidation, trying to tell people to shut up, because that's what people do when they're doing a lot of shit they shouldn't do. You want everybody to be quiet because you don't want that attention drawn to you, because you're still trying to keep your reputation out here. Your reputation is already done, Diddy. Celebrities don't want to hang with you. They ain't coming to none of your parties. They see you as a whole perv out here. The Fed's been looking at you since forever. Now your damn kids is being charged with the same shit you are, sir. Diddy, it's over, okay? It's over. I'm gonna play something for y'all today. Shout out to Nancy Grace, honey. Where they saying it's not gonna be long, honey. They're getting ready to be launching right on up over there and getting his ass. Okay, so Mr. PI, Mr. Green PI, Russell PI. All right, you might want to pipe it down, sir. Okay, you might want to pipe it down, trying to intimidate bloggers out here. Okay, shout out to Vicky May. All right, shout out to Vicky May. Y'all check her out on Instagram, TikTok over there. Okay. I thought I had a screenshot of her. Let me see. So y'all can yeah, I do. All right, so y'all can check her out. I'm going to promote her shit because she covering the same thing I am. I have no hate, honey, on anybody that's out here trying to be on the grind, doing a good thing. Baby, you doing the Lord's work out here, and I'm gonna show enough promote you. Damn sure will. That is her, honey. It's Vicky May. Y'all check her out, honey, over there on TikTok. All right, that's her. It's Vicky May. For those of you that have TikTok, all right. She got a nice little following, okay? All right, yeah, she do, child. That's the girl that called, that the PI guy called, Mr. Green called, trying to intimidate her to take her shit down. She was like, yeah, you have a nice day. She heard him and got his ass about. I wouldn't have been on the phone with him that long, to be honest with you. I would not have been on the phone with him that long. As soon as he would have told me who he is and where he was, all right, okay, I gotta go. I don't want to hear that shit. Bye. Yeah, bye. I don't care. I don't care if you Magnum PI. I don't give a damn. Bye. Goodbye. Save that for somebody else, honey. Call somebody else. And then your number would have been blocked when you try to call my ass back. I'd have been on that level of petty. Nope. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Shout out again to Tisa Tales, and shout out to my girl Vicky May over there. Okay. Y'all check her out and support. All right. So as we're talking about Diddy, let's go ahead on and get into this other topic, child, because y'all know I be jumping around sometimes, but I'm just trying to give y'all all the news I know y'all can use out here, baby. Okay. I'm getting more tea coming in. Y'all be sending me so much stuff I can't keep up, Lord God. All right. Now, they're saying it's Surviving P. Diddy. That says that several documentaries about Diddy allegations are allegedly in the works, guys. So several people are trying to put these documentaries out. Now, y'all know that's how R. Kelly's ass went down. After that documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, honey, with several parts. All right. Yes, God. That's when his ass went down. All right. So they said that his ex-artists, dancers, associates, etc., have been asked to participate. Okay. So when people start talking, baby, that's when the feds start walking right up to your door, baby, and arrest your ass. Let's get into it. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. It says that it looks like there are several P. Diddy documentaries in the works. According to TMZ, shout out to them, that producers at various production companies in Hollywood and in the UK have been scrambling to put together long-form documentary films covering Diddy's drama, everything from the civil lawsuit to the federal raids. Woo, child. Says it is unclear if these documentaries will include testimony from alleged witnesses and victims. Says that if you can recall that Lifetime produced a Surviving R. Kelly docuseries featuring several of his victims and their families. Okay, thank you so much, Doris Leak, sweetheart. Okay, says that the docuseries are very instrumental with getting the singer locked up for good. Y'all remember. Says the sources say that several people have been contacted about participating in the Diddy docuseries, including former Diddy dancers to execs at Bad Boy Records, as well as producers who worked on MTV's Making the Band. Okay, if Lori Ann Gibson hop up on there, baby, because she was also assaulted by Diddy, and I ain't even gonna say allegedly, because there's a whole video out there. Y'all remember Lori Ann Gibson? They call her Boom Cat. Y'all saw her on Making the Bands, all of the Making the Bands, because she was the girl that helped them dance, you know, with their choreography. She had some type of run-in with Diddy during the Making the Band filming. Now, one of the guys from what's the group that's saying Can You Stand the Rain? Damn, why my brain just went. Anyway, one of them were there, and he actually witnessed it as well, because he had to pull Diddy back and hold him back so they wouldn't so he wouldn't put hands on Lori Ann Gibson. But it said in the list, he threw a whole fucking chair at Lori Ann Gibson. So Diddy, you are violent out here, sir. Okay, you are violent. So many people have talked about how you put hands on them. What's the little lady that was working up there at Bad Boy Records where she done had a black eye? She done got the brakes beat off her by Diddy. No, not Boys and Men. What's New Edition? Thank you, guy from New Edition. Okay, what is it? I can't remember his name. Was it Ricky? I think it was Ricky. I think it was Ricky Bivens. I think Ricky Bivens was there during the time that situation went down with Lori Ann Gibson, because he was helping mentor the guys from Making the Band, and they cut that series out, but there's a video that's still out there. Okay, there's a video that was still out there where Diddy threw a whole folding chair at Lori Ann Gibson, and if she didn't move in the nick of time, Michael Bivens, then that chair would have hit her. He was yelling at her and everything, and actually stood over her. You guys, Diddy is crazy as hell. But his time is coming real soon. Like I said, they done bust up in this house. They done did that raid, and it's getting the shit about to hit the fan. I promise you. When they start talking about documentaries, people talking, that's what gets the investigation moving. When people start talking, with Day 26 too, Aubrey O'Day, she's talking. I'm pretty sure she'll be in the documentary because she's been speaking up a lot about Diddy. I'm pretty sure Cassie might be in it as well. They're saying she's going to be one of the star witnesses in the upcoming case that's coming up. I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, because there is a panel that I found with Nancy Grace where she's actually giving some real good tea about this Diddy stuff. I've been on this Diddy stuff, guys, and I know a lot of you guys are tired of hearing about it, but I'm just so infatuated with all of the things that's coming out about this Diddy trial, and it's getting really juicy stuff that I didn't even know, and I've been following this very, very closely. Okay, so yes, God. But we ain't gonna skip ahead on that just yet, because I want to save that for last, because we're gonna watch a video. All right, so the Eminem kids, as you guys know, the Eminem kids have been with Melody, guys, for almost 3 weeks now. Well, for 3 weeks now. You guys know Melody and the kids and Martel, their arrangement, their child custody arrangement is 1 week on, 1 week off. Okay, Melody's had the kids for 3 weeks. What the fuck is going on with Martel? Martel, do you not have no food up over there? Is your lights off? Are you trying to move again? Like, what is really going on? Because Melody should not have the kids 3 weeks straight. I'm just saying. Melody should not have the kids 3 weeks straight. Now, today they did have a court appearance. Okay, I think it was for them to allow the kids to be seen back on TV and social media again. Of course, Martel didn't have his shit together, and I don't think he had an attorney. From my understanding, I was told that the court thing was pushed back to June. Why they keep doing that, I don't know. And I think Martel was being very strategic, because he did not do what he was told to do by the courts, which was go to professional therapy. He's supposed to have a psychological evaluation. You guys remember. He didn't do it the last time whenever he had to go to court with Melody. And they told him he had to have a psychiatric, well, not psychiatric, but he had to go to therapy. And when it was time for them to go back to court again, to check up on, to make sure that everybody's following, you know, what they're supposed to follow. Martel hadn't even gone to therapy, and they told him if he did not do it, 1, he was not going to get to see his children, and 2, he would be held in contempt of court. That's the only reason he went, was because he was scared he was going to go to jail. Okay? That's the only reason he went. The only reason. Now they're saying that he did not complete his professional therapy that he was supposed to do, his psychological little thing that he was supposed to do, which I feel like he was supposed to, he should have been did that, because you had plenty of time. What is this? April? Like, you got locked up all the way back in January. Okay, and then before that, they had already told your ass that you needed to do some therapy and stuff as well. But Martel just feels like he can do what the hell he wants to do. I feel like he's been sitting back watching social media at all the videos that's been going on, and now that the revenge P is out there, like, it's so much going on between them. But Martel, I don't think that you are capable, sir, of taking care of these children. I'm just saying. Melody's already said that during the time that Martel is supposed to get the kids, he's always telling her, I can't get them this week. We already know Melody's already said on national television that she has to take food over to the children when they're over there at Martel's house. So, baby, it's giving no food. It's giving no lights. Like, his lights was out before. She had to go over there and pay his lights for him to be on so that the children could have their visitations. Like, damn, it's giving ham, no burger. It's giving peanut butter, no damn jelly. It's giving Kool-Aid, no damn sugar. Lord have mercy. I pray for those kids so bad. They got to be around coleslaws, nappy edges, having ass. Oh, they got to be around Knox. What's his name? He got about 50 names, child. It's so sad. And now this damn thing is being pushed, I'm hearing, back to June. And now they're saying that today, I think, is the anniversary of when Melody actually left Martel, is what I'm hearing. Okay, April 4th. They're saying that this is the actual anniversary in terms of when she left. And it's so coincidental that they were supposed to go back to court today. So it's kind of like a full circle moment. It would have been great that the judge would have went ahead and ruled that Melody was going to be, you know, I guess, one-upped in this case with Martel, because he ain't doing shit. Martel, I don't know what to say about Martel. Let's go ahead and get into these screenshots that I pulled. Melody has some things to say. We're going to read that. They said enough is enough. Why keep dragging it out? Absolutely. I blame this stupid ass judge, and I don't like to say it like that, but reality is reality. It's the judge, guys. And I've heard from so many other people, and a trusted source who actually lives in Huntsville, Alabama, that told me this particular judge, that they've dealt with this judge before. One of my subscribers, to be exact, have said they dealt with this particular judge and she is in favor of men. I don't know if she has some type of hard on for Martel, if she is maybe got a little crush on him, but she keeps giving him grace every time they go to court. And I keep saying that Melody needs to find some type of way to get from up under this judge and find another court that can handle this situation and hold Martel in, hold him accountable for not following the court's orders of what they're asking him to do. Like, you can't keep taking this woman to court and asking her to do things, but then when they put stipulations on you, you just don't do the shit because you feel like, oh, the judge is eating out the palm of my hand. I don't need to do it, because we're just going to keep pushing it back. Meanwhile, Melody got shit she's trying to do. The Eminem kids should be on television because she's trying to build a legacy for them. Martel, you don't pay child support. So the children are having to go out and be on TV and earn a coin so that they can stack and build their legacy, because you're not capable of doing so. You have 5 children. You can't take care of yourself. You're in so much debt. The feds are looking at you now for bankruptcy fraud. You have a lot of shit going on, Martel. And the fact that you keep playing in the court's face with these damn court appearances, every time you go, you don't have no attorney because your ass is broke. Something needs to be done. Like, I'm tired of this shit like it's my case, y'all. For real. I feel like this is my case. I know the Eminem kids are upset and they're mad that they continue to have to keep going to their dad's house because he's so angry at the mother that his anger is being taken out on them. We've already read a post where it talked about he still is giving corporal punishment to the kids, and the judge already told him you not to touch them. So now you're going to give Melody you're going to tell Melody that if you want the kids to be back on TV again, to let me give corporal punishment to the kids. Nigga, what? If you want the kids to be back on TV, then let me beat my kids. What the hell kind of arrangement is that? That's how you know a person needs to have a psychological evaluation, that you are that upset at the fact that your ex-wife let you go because that's what you wanted to do anyway. You have an outside baby, a whole nother family, and she cut you loose and let you go. So you're mad and taking your frustration out on your children because you can't touch her. And it's sad. And I blame the judge. This is how women who go through DV situations and they reach out for help through the court system and they don't do nothing fast enough. And these women wind up being alive because you have incapable judges that sit on benches and drag their feet on trying to, do what they need to do for trials to protect women. Melody is a woman who went through emotional, psychological, probably physical, allegedly, abuse in that household with Martel. He's psycho. He's crazy. And his children, there's no telling what they saw in that house. Enough is enough. It's too many women out here losing their lives behind crazy ass men like this. Love and Marriage Huntsville, really, honestly, I feel like saved Melody's life. Had she not been on television, there's no telling. I keep saying it. Love and Marriage Huntsville, baby, saved your life, Melody. Because the things that we've seen, the videos that we saw that Martel, you so stupid. You put yourself out there. You trying to film her, but it backfired on you to where you look stupid. You try to make her look bad in the videos, but you look dumb. You look unhinged. You look psycho. Let's get into these things that I pulled up that Melody had to say. It's so sad, y'all. It's so sad. It's so sad. All right, let's share. My God, she is so strong. I don't know if I could put up with that, y'all. I don't know if I could put up with that. All right, so let's give it time to pull up, because you guys know there's always like a little latency. I try to wait because sometimes I start reading real quick, and y'all be carry on. We can't see nothing yet, so I'm kind of slow down a little bit so y'all can catch up. All right, real quick. I'm sorry. Y'all be carry on. We can't see. I'm watching from my screen so I can make sure everything is flowing like it should. All right. So Melody says here, no makeup, just clean, healthy skin kind of day. She says, thanks to 7th Avenue Premier Skincare. She says, now how did I end up in the restroom at Dillard's? She says, while shopping for the kiddos, I'm literally inserting my card. And Sugar Mama says that, Mama, I got to go potty so bad. Says that I can't hold it. She says, I'm about to go potty on myself. So I'm running to the restroom with her. She says, then we get near. She says, oh my gosh. She says, I'm doing it. Psych. She said, y'all better get my niece. So she was trying to tell Mel, like, oops, I peed on myself, but she really didn't. So that shows Melody still has the kids this week, because this just was put out today. Martel still ain't got the kids yet. Okay. Martel still ain't got the kids yet. Mel still got the kids. All right. This was a few days ago. It says 4 hours ago, but this is a screenshot from a few days ago. Says that y'all, I can't make this up. Sugar Mama is off the chain. Says Malia's BFF is her classmate, which her name is Paris. Says, well, Malia let Sugar Mama keep her phone while she's at tennis. Says this girl got tired of Paris texting her phone, and I guess she made a voicemail recording her. So this is where Sugar Mama was telling the little girl, stop calling me and stop texting me. You texting me too much. If you guys didn't see that live, okay. So Melody was showing again, the kids are with her. Sugar Mama was with her. The kids were with her when they supposed to be, and it was their week to be with Martel. They still with Mel. I don't know what the hell Martel got going on, but all right. So Melody just put this out. She says there was a strong direct order given from God by way of me. She says, I've sat back and I've watched this person not take heed. She says, and at times my heart has felt heavy for them. She says, today, because God is just that kind of God, he delivered confirmation of that exact same thing that he gave me. She says, and this person had no idea what God had told me to do, or to tell rather, to the individual. Hashtag confirmation. So now I sit and watch God be God. Okay. Yes. So that is what Melody had to say. Y'all know she always speaks kind of like in riddles, and if you're smart enough, you can kind of read between the lines to kind of know what's going on. If you know they're in court, you got to know that this has something to do with that. Okay, so that is what she had to say. Shout out to Melody. Okay, and the Eminem kids, I pray for safety for them. Yes, not AC's Paris, Frank Gillis. It's one of Melody's kids' friends, which his name is Paris, that plays tennis with her. Melody made that very clear. One of her daughters, I think is Mariah, her friend who actually plays, her friend's name is Paris. It's coincidentally not Arion's daughter. That plays tennis, because y'all know Mariah plays tennis, and one of her friends who plays tennis with her, that's who Sugar Mama was talking about. Yeah, they don't hang with no damn Paris like that unless Paris be up over there when they go see Martel. Okay, but yeah, guys, that's what it's giving with that. So prayers to Mel that they get everything that they need out of this situation. I'm so sorry that she has to continue to keep dealing with this with Martel, because it can't be easy. It's just, oh my God. Okay. Sugar Mama is funny. She's growing up and she speaks so clearly, guys. How old is Sugar Mama? 4? Is she 4, 3, 4 years old? I think she's 4. Sugar Mama speaks so clear, and she's getting so tall. I keep sharing pictures as they share. Miss Van and them, because y'all know Mel can't share pictures, but as the kids are growing up, Miss Van, she share pictures, and I always post them over on my Facebook, the Caramel Rail Show, and I also post them on my IG page so that you guys can see how the kids are growing up so fast. Like Tank is getting so tall. Sugar Mama is, all of those kids are gonna be tall. Mariah looks like a grown woman. If you're looking at her, if you glance at her, you be like, oh, is that Melody? When she has her hair down, you be like, is that Melody? Oh no, that's Mariah. She looks so much like Melody. Those kids are growing up beautiful kids. Beautiful kids. They've been through so much, but God is going to sustain each and every one of them. Okay, they're going to be fine because they have a mother that knows how to pray, and she's going to always make sure her kids are good. All right, let's keep going. All right, so Porsha Williams, guys. Porsha Williams had a meeting she had a conference with the attorneys to where she is enforcing the prenup between she and Simon Gufradia. Now, y'all know she and Simon have been in the news, child, and on social media off and on just about every damn day. All right. So she had to sit down with her attorneys because there is a prenup between she and Simon. And Simon is told that he has to be out of the house that he and Porsha lived in 30 days. In 30 days, he got to be out. That is what it says in the prenup. The prenup says that if the two of them decide to separate and or divorce, that Simon would move out in 30 days. All right. So now he done went over there and asked the Bravo cameras to not film up over there like he's trying to regulate. He don't want Porsha there. He done been changing locks and all of that. Porsha's like, hell no. We're going to go by what the prenup says. And the prenup says that if we were to separate and or divorce, that in 30 days, Simon, you would move out. Now, y'all know Porsha did keep her home that she purchased prior to being with Simon, which her mother, Diane, is living in. But Porsha has already had the paperwork and contracts and stuff in place to where she will be filming with Real Housewives of Atlanta, in which they're getting ready to start filming. So she will be filming in that house where she and Simon were staying. Simon has several houses that he can stay in, but he wants to be a bitch about this whole situation and not allow Porsha to film there because he feels like he's not in control, and he's still bitter that she filed for divorce and put his business out there, and also alerted what's the people child to come and get his ass while he ain't supposed to be here. Okay, them. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that. So in 30 days, Simon has to be out of the house. While you were trying to get Porsha out, she came over to get her stuff that she was going to leave. But she was like, you know what? It says in the prenup here that I ain't got to go nowhere, that Simon's ass got to go. So Simon, because I do follow him, currently Simon is in Saudi Arabia currently. Okay, is what they're saying. So I don't know if he did like a Zoom call or something like that, but they're saying that there was a meeting today, a conference with the attorney. So maybe he called in for that particular meeting, but it's saying that they are enforcing the ICE. Thank you. They are enforcing the prenup, which says that Simon does have to be out in 30 days. Okay. That's a beautiful home. So I think the house is in Roswell in Atlanta. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. Okay. All right, so let's move on to some Stormy news, honey. Stormy Steele. Let's talk about her. Stormy, honey, is out here letting the people know, honey, that she is not white labeling her body glaze. Now, I don't know if anybody have ordered the body glaze. There's been a lot of mixed reviews on that. A lot of people were saying they didn't like it, that it stinks. A lot of people saying that it's like putting Crisco on your legs and on your skin, child. I don't know. I ain't tried to buy it. Ain't gonna buy it, okay? And not that I don't want to support black businesses, but Stormy, you have been very, 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 very contradicting, honey, when it comes to your businesses up over there and how you be sending your orders out. You got people that's ordering stuff that went a whole year and didn't get their stuff. And then we're hearing that one person ordered something for the hair care and it burnt her scalp, and she reached out to Stormy, and Stormy pretty much didn't reach back and didn't even reply. We're going to talk about that here in a second too. All right, but it's saying that the body glaze is said to be a replica of what is listed on Alibaba. Y'all know Alibaba is like this little cheap website where you can go and get cheap stuff on the low, where Ariana is said to have been getting her clothes from Alibaba and marking the prices up. You should get it for like $6. We saw a vest I just did the other day, which was on Alibaba for like $5-6, and Ariana marked it up for like $60. So she is, she's been on Alibaba too. So she get all her stuff from her site for Alibaba. And now the people are saying that Stormy is also getting a replica or maybe getting her stuff for her body glaze from there as well. People been asking her, look, Melody is showing her chemist. Why you ain't showed your chemist yet, Stormy? A lot of people's been asking. So she says she has her own private chemist. We haven't seen it yet. But what we have seen is different replicas. And I did my due diligence before my live to pull it up. And we're going to look at that here in a second. Her body glaze is definitely a replica of what I saw on Alibaba. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that up so we can look at it. And we're going to also look at what Stormy had to say. Okay. They said that is the dog still in the damn warehouse? I know. And I posted that too, guys, when I covered that, when that whole Black Titanic situation with Black Titanic and Shay, when they went to the actual warehouse, the dog was in there bleeding all over the place because the dog got bit by a snake. Stormy had just got the dog from the vet, had this little lampshade thing over his head and dripping blood all over the floor. That is not sanitary at all. If you are dealing with products in an open environment that you are shipping out to people, that's not sanitary at all for dogs' blood who've been bit by a snake to just be running around through the warehouse all willy-nilly. And people were also in there without gloves on that was handling these products as well. So, and then of course, y'all know she was also accused of sending out molded products to customers and then not returning emails and or phone calls when these said customers done spent all this damn money to support your business and they got molded product. Probably shit that was sitting in the warehouse. And it's probably the same product that you done gave to Tisha over there, child, to do her Macy and Mildew, probably, which is why they call it Macy and Mildew, her hair care line. But let's go ahead and get into, I didn't even think about that shit. I was like, the Mildew product, Macy and Mildew. Look at the connection. Okay. Oh, I'm so messy today. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me pull this up for you guys. All right. Let me pull this up for you guys for Stormy. Okay. Let's get ready to share. Somebody said that's gross. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you don't answer the phone and you don't answer any email. And then there's no return policy on her stuff either. Go figure. But yeah. So let's let that catch up so that you guys can see. There's always a little latency when we share. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? We're going to read what Stormy Steele had to say, child. All right. Okay. She goes on to say, she says, so thankful that I documented every step of my journey, child. This go round. She says, from pictures to videos, warehouse moves, etc. She says, I do mean everything. She says, the Canvas Beauty equals the next $1 billion lifestyle brand. Remember this day. Okay. She says, I still can't believe that we work with one of the top fragrance houses in the world for our body glaze scents. Okay. This is her. They're in their little warehouse thing. This is one of the guys that I think is from like TikTok or whatever. She says, I have a team of 57 employees and I'm responsible for it, and I will move the earth to make sure we're all good. Now, y'all know she just had like this huge hiring spree where she hired all these people. Where she gonna get the fucking money from? Because she stayed in court from not paying people and taking out all these damn loans. Okay, Apex Funding and this other company who just sued her for a huge amount of money, where she defaulted on a loan, where they put her on a payment plan telling her that if she missed a payment that she defaults on the loan and that she had to pay it in its entirety. So now she is out here hiring up all these people. Don't know how she's going to pay them, honey. 57 employees. She started out with, as we saw on the show, with like maybe 5 people. So she's now moved to this 30,000 square foot warehouse. You see the people working there in the back. You see the body glaze spread out on the thing. Yeah, I don't know, Stormy. I don't know. It's giving, I don't know, girl. I don't know. All right, so Alibaba, as you guys can see, I pulled it up, child. As you can see the time there, timestamp 606. Alibaba.com, I pulled it up. As you guys can see, her body glaze is definitely a replica. It looks just like this, okay? But see, this is called a body care non-greasy, what is it, organic or whatever. So yeah, she calls hers the body glaze. So she just really just changed the name on it. But yeah, let's go ahead to the next tab. Same thing. Hers look just the same. She did use some of the same like flavors that these are on Alibaba. Like she has what is the donut type, the strawberry, all these other different flavors and stuff. And it's definitely a replica of what I pulled on Alibaba. Okay, so she's trying to say that this was something that an idea that she came up with solely, that it wasn't from Alibaba. But when you go on Alibaba and you pull it up, it's like pages and pages and pages of this particular product that looks eerily similar to what Stormy has put out. Okay, so it looks just like the body glaze to me. I'm sorry, we'll blow it up. Y'all see that? Okay, y'all see that? Rainbow whip. What that say? New arrived natural organic fruit rainbow whip. What that say? Body what? So where did you get the body butter from, Stormy? I'll wait. She said that the body butter was solely her idea, that she came up with the concept, that she came up with everything for it. Now, we done caught Stormy in a few lies because it was a little bag, what is those little brown little handbags that she was selling, that she said that, you know, she got this from one of her own buyers, honey. She didn't get it off no other site. Pulled it up on Alibaba. What was on there? This same exact bag. So she's buying these things off Alibaba, allegedly, in bulk, and hyping up the prices on this said bag. Now, I think the time that I put that bag up, the bag was like $5.60 something cent, or it's $5 and maybe 69 cents. And she was selling the bag for like $50 or something like that. So, I mean, you ain't got to lie, Stormy. If you got it from there, you got it from there. What is the chances of, and this shit been out. Like, look, this been out, what, 5 years ago? Stormy, your body butter have not been out since 5 years. I'm sorry. This body butter been out since 5 years ago. You did not put the body butter out until what, maybe a year ago? This is new. The body butter is new. So for her to say that she did not get it from Alibaba, like, where did you get it from? Because we're looking right here where it says natural rainbow whipped body butter. Like, where did you get it from? I'm just saying. Here it is again, some lotion body butter down here at the bottom. Right here. It says, and I know y'all probably can't read it because I had to. So it says private label skincare whitening natural body lotion body butter. Okay, there's body butter again in the form of lotion, like in the little pump lotion thing. But this is body butter right here, guys. This is body butter. Whipped body butter. All right, let me go back. Do I have another tab? Oh, all right. So shout out to what's happening. Shout out to what's happening. Okay, because since I was talking about this, I definitely want to share this. Shout out to what's happening. Now, she was sharing that one of her friends said to her, says, "Hey, Stormy, says the leave-in conditioner spray burned my scalp. Could the non-oxalate or whatever it is cause this?" Says that, so Stormy replies, says that, "Which product are you referring to?" And then tells the lady to send a picture. She sends a photo of it. Stormy don't even reply to the shit. So you don't even care that your customer purchased from you, and because Stormy's products are not cheap. So you don't even care that your customer purchased from you. Her scalp is burning. She had a reaction, and you won't even at least return her message after you asked her to send you a picture like you were going to handle the situation, and then you just go ghost and you don't return her message. Anytime somebody calls over to the warehouse or call the number that you have listed, nobody never picks up. You can't leave a voice message. When they send emails, nobody replies. Like, what is going on at the warehouse? What is going on at this damn warehouse is what I'm trying to figure out. The shit is weird, y'all. It's weird. Let's go back to the next tab here. Let's blow it up. All right. Again, natural organic body butter. Y'all see that? Body butter. Bulk 100% natural body butter. But her body butter's only been out barely a year. Manufacturer, wholesale, organic. This is body butter. We're seeing that right here. I pulled it up. Body butter. Let's blow it on up. Y'all see that? Body butter. It's in the same type of thing as well. She just put a little donut on the top. She just put a little donut sticker on the top of her label, on top of her cap. That's the only difference. And then she's got different fragrances that she says that smell like, you know, strawberry and all these other flavors that she put together. But yeah, let's stop sharing. We ain't got to share no more. I mean, that's what it is. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? It says that the bleaching of the skin can cause the skin cancer. Yeah, it can. What do y'all think, though? I mean, is that a coincidence or what? Is that a coincidence that Stormy is saying that she came up solely with the idea of the body butter, and then we look on Alibaba and the shit's right there saying body butter, and it's been out like 5 years ago? Like, Stormy, you ain't got a lot to kick it, girl. You really don't got a lot to kick it, but Go off, sis. If that make you feel good to be out here lying like that, please go off. All right. I'm talking about break the knob when you do, girl. All right, so let's continue. We've been talking about Diddy, and we've been talking about Diddy. I ran across a video today. It is 43 minutes long, and I hope this shit don't take too long. What is it, 7:30? We're going to try to get through it, child. All right, shout out to Nancy Grace. She does have a panel to where she goes into some Diddy stuff, some enterprises. They're talking about charges and the possibility of bringing Diddy child down. Says that the feds are going through a plethora of videos and surveillance that they procured. I like that. Procured from the home up over there. Okay. So we're going to get that pulled up. Let me get that pulled up right quick. Okay, y'all give me a second. Give me a second. Did y'all enjoy the video last night that we watched? Did y'all enjoy the video from last night that we watched? Okay. All right, let's see. Give me 1 second, okay? We're going to get that pulled up for y'all. Because, baby. All right, we're going to take this one down because we're done with y'all. We're done with y'all on that one. Because, baby, that was a lot of information. So I got something that's a lot of information tonight. I like Nancy Grace because she's very thorough, but I like the fact that she has this panel of people who work in like private investigations and all that type of stuff too. Okay, so they're talking about the grand jury and all that stuff, y'all. This is like good stuff. Okay, good. Let's get past this ad, baby. Yes, God. Give me 1 second, okay? Now we may not get. We may have to do a part 2 on it, guys. I don't know if we're gonna because. All right, let's get through the ads and I'll share with you guys. But the ads actually okay. Well, all right. So let's pause. Share. Yes, honey. Nancy Grace, honey. Shout out to you, baby. Thank you for putting this information out, and thank you for having this panel, honey. Okay. All right. So let's make it bigger and share. Can you guys see? All right, can everybody see the screen? Says, yes, you enjoyed the video. This one right here is very informative as well, okay? Those of you that's tired of the Diddy news, y'all can probably drop down. I hope you don't. Like, stay and watch because this is really an eye-opener in terms of this Diddy case. There's a lot of stuff that I found out on this video as well that I did not know. But the feds are getting ready to close in on Diddy, and they're saying that there could be an arrest here very, very soon once they go through these damn videos, okay?
Sean Puffy Combs. Of course, I could be talking about Jeffrey Epstein. The two have very disturbing
Shout out to Nancy Grace.
Both using their privilege, their fame, their fortune to mistreat and abuse young women if these allegations are true. And molest young girls with a fleet of people working for him. Hence person number 1, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is now behind bars. But think about it. Immense power, wealth, prestige. No one around them speaking out ever. Traveling freely across the U.S., keeping homes in California, in New York, in Florida. Yachts that take them onto the high seas outside of U.S. jurisdiction in the international waters. And important from my perspective right now, surveillance cameras.
Thanks for 529 in the chat.
There are literally
y'all hit that like, please.
Hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of hours
Look
of
at that
surveillance video of Sean Combs and his staff committing wrongdoing. This, while one of the most iconic music figures in our lifetime, Sean Combs, has issued a statement where he rails about character assassination and how he has been mistreated. Let me tell you, as a crime victim myself, he doesn't know his rear end from a hole in the ground. If he's talking about his character assassination, with me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now, but in the face of an expanding, a widening sex traffic investigation, I want you to take a listen to our friend Dave Mack at Crime Online.
Sean Combs, his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, and rapper Jamal Shine Barrow were involved in a fight that included shots being fired at a New York nightclub in 1999. One of the victims of the shooting, Natanya Rubin, has claimed all along that Sean Combs shot her, not Barrow, and she's willing to have doctors remove a piece of bullet that is still in her face to prove it. Shine Barrow.
Y'all hear that? So the woman who was pow in the face is willing to undergo surgery, you guys, to have the bullet fragments removed from her face to prove that they came from the weapon that was taken from Diddy's car. To where rapper Shine served 10 years in prison for Diddy when it was really Diddy that did it. Let's continue.
Took the heat for the shooting and goes to prison for nearly 9 years, while Combs is acquitted of 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon and bribery. Lopez was never charged.
That's his mugshot from that night.
Why do I care what happened all the way back in 1999? Because that case is now being reopened, not necessarily for a prosecution. As you will recall, Sean Puffy Combs was acquitted in gun charges stemming out of that incident. But why do I care if it's reopened? For a lot of different reasons. And you're hearing that now a woman allegedly involved in that shooting, a nightclub shooting, is willing to have part of a bullet dug out of her face. You're seeing shots of Combs on Rolling Stone and Billboard, a guy of this ilk with a fortune this immense, who will be willing to speak out against him. With me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now, but straight out to Kiela Brantley, investigative reporter, dailymail.com, who's on the story from the very beginning. If we're going all the way back to a 1999 incident, and that's the best day's work J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, ever did, and man, she is a superstar, is getting rid of Sean Combs. That did it. She was a beautiful, talented, up-and-coming superstar making her way in the entertainment business. She gets tied up with Combs, and all of a sudden people are shot. 3 shooting victims, as I recall, at a nightclub in New York, and there she is hauled into the precinct. Bye-bye. Sadly, I don't think this case is going to end as quickly as that one did for Combs. Kiela Brantley, give me the latest.
So Diddy is acting, Nancy, like he is completely innocent. He came out with that statement saying he will fight to prove his innocence. And he's actually been out and about in Miami acting like he is a perfectly man. He was seen with his twin daughters golfing and then stopping by a restaurant and seen by fans. He put his signature L for brother love up to the camera. And then he was seen on a dock in Miami over the weekend, shirtless in white swimming trunks, acting as if he has no care in the world. So obviously here we're seeing somebody who hasn't taken fault for anything and will continue to fight to prove his innocence.
You know, has he heard about the shooting victim that's offered to have a bullet dug out of her face in order to be used against Sean Combs? I mean, because that would worry me if a person that was shot in the face by me or my hench people, and they want to have the bullet dug out now, all these years later. I got to ask myself, why? Why now? That doesn't concern him.
He's had a raid on his home and on his 2 homes, and it seems like nothing has fazed him so far. So much so as on Easter, he posted a photo for the first time of his young daughter just with the caption, "Happy Easter, baby love," and notably disabled the comments from that. And we can understand
his
why.
house.
Are you telling me that he's gone dead on his social? That's hard to believe.
Well, he did post the photo and again, acts like nothing's wrong. But he doesn't want any comments. You can imagine what kind of comments would be posted under that photo.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees?
We're back.
You know, also in the past days, his son has come out and demanded everyone, quote, stop the lying. I guess he thinks the feds are lying in all of their claims. Guys, you're seeing video that was given to us by our friend Harvey Levin over at TMZ. This is immediately after the search of one of Sean Puffy Combs' home. And you're looking at about, I don't know, maybe $100,000, $200,000 worth of sneakers alone, running shoes. Yeah. That said, there's a lot of complaining that the feds Yay, you know you're in trouble when the feds roll up to your front yard in an armored vehicle wearing Kevlar. Mm-hmm. Now they're complaining they messed the place up.
Look at that house.
I'm
My
surprised
God.
it wasn't more
Mess.
ransacked than that, looking for secret hidey holes, false walls, you name it. I remember a case I prosecuted where I had my invaluable dog witness. There was a fake wall in a drug lord's home, and the dog, my star witness, kept hitting on the wall, and there was nothing to see until they and figured out it was a fake wall. And then behind the fake wall was a stash of well over $1 million worth of cocaine, automatic weapons. Bad. And this was about less than a mile from an elementary school. So I'm surprised Combs's home wasn't more torn up than what we're seeing. Now, speaking of what we are seeing from our friends over at TMZ, take a listen to this.
The Combs investigation is drawing comparisons to that of Jeffrey Epstein after Rodney Little Rod Jones' lawsuit was filed. Jones accuses Combs of sexually assaulting him and other victims on multiple occasions. Combs' yacht is also drawing comparisons to Jeffrey Epstein, as Combs is accused of luring victims onto a yacht he rents for trips to the Virgin Islands and sexually assaulting guests on the yacht.
With me, as I said, an all-star panel, and right now we're going to break it down. Nobody thought that Jeffrey Epstein would ever go to jail. Prince Andrew didn't. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat, but I can guarantee you when Clinton was taking a walk with Epstein in front of God and everybody, I bet he didn't ever think Epstein's going to jail. I bet all those high-powered politicos, royalty, you name it, never believed that their good friend Jeffrey Epstein would not only go to jail, but end up killing himself, according to reports, over sex claims. Is that what we're seeing now? I want the panel to hear this and jump in. To you, Nima Rahmani, joining me, former federal prosecutor, which is what I'm interested in right now. Also, the president of West Coast Trial Lawyers and high-profile trial attorney in that jurisdiction. Nima, think about it. Nobody ever thought Epstein would go down, right? But look at the comparisons. I'm very intrigued by the fact that they both used yachts. Mm-hmm. They both would travel into international waters to wrongfully do their deeds. Now, all of this amounts to allegations against Combs. Nothing has been proven. It has been proven against Epstein. Private planes, private yachts, taking them again into international waters outside the U.S. jurisdiction. That does not mean the long arm of the law cannot reach them. But their modes of travel, remember these so-called Lolita Express that Epstein used, and had a lot of high-profile politicians,
much Rosalind
stars on his plane that he would take to his private island. The homes that I find very interesting, Nima Rahmani, are in California, Florida, and New York and beyond. Why? Why is that apparently their choice of where these activities and nefarious activities are taking place? We got to examine that, Nima.
Sorry for the ads.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the raptor cake.
What is interesting about that also is the use of hidden cameras. We believe, and according to a witness, is catching literally thousands of hours of what could be state's exhibit number 1. Jump in, Nima.
In the Epstein case, you have to give credit to the victims like Virginia Giuffre, who wouldn't let the story go after Alex Acosta gave him a sweetheart deal. And here, really, it started with Cassie Ventura, and then others have come forward. Now, we know that abusers, people that sexually abuse young women, they often use intermediaries or others to groom the victims. And obviously we know about Ghislaine Maxwell, but here you have his chief of staff, Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Horam, who's alleged and named in Little Rod's lawsuit. And of course, he is really the impetus for, I think, these search warrants. He's the one that talked about these hidden cameras throughout the residences. He's the one who identified names of other rich and powerful people like Cuba Gooding Jr., who are allegedly involved in all this. So we know that Diddy had a lot of connections here in Los Angeles, where I will live, in Miami, in New York, business connections. And I wouldn't be surprised if these allegations are proven, Nancy, that there's other rich and famous people who are involved in this, much like Jeffrey Epstein.
Man, we never heard anything more about those so-called hidden cameras in Epstein's place. We never really heard everything in the little black book full of names and clients accordingly in Giselle Maxwell's possession. Will that be the same here? Is anybody actually going to prosecute Combs? Because we've heard a lot about searches and raids by home security investigators. Where's the charge? Because Nima, I was a Fed for 3 years, and you were Fed much longer than that. When the state moves on a search warrant, they've got you. They got you by the.
Sure do.
Let me think of a nice way to say it. By the short hairs.
Not
It's
the short
over.
hairs.
By the time they pull up on your block, it's done. You might as well start working on a guilty plea.
That's right.
Right then. So what's the holdup? Why are we hearing all about the raids and then there's no charge?
Oh, I think the indictment is happening any day now, Nancy. And you're right, times are changing. You know, what was tolerated before, the Epsteins, R. Kellys of the world, Weinsteins, you name it. I mean, they are going down. I mean, this is something that federal prosecutors are now taking very seriously. We know the Southern District of New York is quarterbacking. They're the best of the best. So they have probable cause at PC to get search warrants executed by a federal judge. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're presenting the case to the grand jury this week. You know, Diddy may seem comfortable on social media and in the shorts and golfing, but he's likely going to be arrested in a matter of days.
Y'all hear that? In days.
The investigation into sexual assault allegations against Sean Combs is bringing up similar details to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, where it was determined Epstein was aided in his abuse by his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. The Rodney Lil Rod Jones lawsuit alleges Sean Combs has an aide who plays a similar role to what Maxwell did for Epstein in helping procure potential victims for Combs. The Jones lawsuit further alleges there's evidence of the sexual assaults and sex trafficking as hidden cameras record everything throughout the Combs homes, which is why homes in LA and Miami were raided.
Guys, right now, is an indictment prepared and ready to take to a vote for a grand jury? With me an all-star panel, but I'm going to run right back to Nima Romani. This is how it works. We've all heard the phrase, you could get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich. I don't know if that's true, but I can tell you this. Whoever is leading the grand jury, and I presented to a grand jury for months and months and months, you bring in typically one witness, if you can, one witness, preferably the lead investigator, and they give a recap to the grand jury, which typically, depending on the jurisdiction, is 20 to 40-ish people on the voter registration that live in that jurisdiction, i.e. that county or that district. They listen to the witness. They rarely ask questions. Sometimes they do. And then the witness leaves. Bam, vote. That's called a true bill or an indictment. If they decide not to indict, which is probably at the request of the prosecutor, it's a no bill of indictment. Are you telling me, Nima Romani, you believe the indictment, the federal grand jury indictment, has already been drawn up, in other words, typed out with all the counts, and it's waiting for a grand jury presentment or vote or to be made public?
Oh, Nancy, I do. That indictment has been drafted. If you're the feds, you don't go into someone's home like Diddy unless you're ready to indict. And this is why. First of all, we saw that armed law enforcement presence. Violence may ensue. But from a legal perspective, from a case perspective, people may disappear. They may flee the jurisdiction, and evidence may be destroyed. Those search warrants are the final step of the investigation, because when you're the feds, you have the luxury of waiting when you're conducting these proactive investigations. You're not reacting.
Y'all hear that? They said that the raid is the final step to the investigation. So they've already been interviewing people, guys. That people have already been cooperating. This is the last piece that they need in order to get in there to get their hands on surveillance so that they can actually see who the people that have been saying, hey, I was there, I was, with the FOs, and this person was there, that person is there. They want those videotapes and those electronic devices so that they can connect what the testimonies were that they took from other people to the surveillance that they're going to find in their raid, what that they found in the raid.
To law enforcement already arresting someone and you're stuck with the case. You have the luxury of making sure that all those witnesses are interviewed. Maybe they're put in front of the grand jury. You have all the counts and everything you need, because once you execute that search warrant, you put your target on notice, and you don't want to do that until you're ready. And I believe the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York is ready right now to prosecute.
Y'all hear that? They're ready to prosecute.
Guys, I want to show you. Oh, yeah, you're seeing a video given to us by our friend Harvey Levin at TMZ, and it's right after the search at one of Combs's residence. I'd like to see, Liz, the photo of one of the parties that Sean Combs threw. Sean, Puffy, okay, there's that one where everybody's partying, and the other one is the one I'm trying to get to. Yeah, there.
Look at there. Look at all these people up in here partying. Now, I guaranteed all these people right here to say, oh, I never hang around him. I never been to a Diddy party. Look at you in the pictures. That's how they're going to get a lot of them.
Hold it. Where it says censored is a lady with no pants on, and that is her rear end and genitals right there in the party. Okay, but I don't care about that. The mirror you're seeing, the circular mirror, and there's a guy right below it, hench person.
Right there.
Hench person. Just like Ghislaine Maxwell was a hench person for Epstein, this is Moy Bond. Moy Bond, if you'll see right here, we had to actually draw a diagram, a flow chart, so to speak, of all the people connected to.
Let's pause it so y'all can see. These are all the people that's connected in this ring, this trafficking ring with Diddy, okay? Y'all remember we talked about Lucian Grange. Y'all remember we talked about Ethiopia Habertam. Then it goes over to Diddy. KK, y'all remember we kept calling the lady KK. She's the chief of staff. There's Frankie Santella. We talked about him as well. He's the money holder. Brendan Paul is the white guy that they just arrested, which they call the drug mule. Moy Bond, which is the guy that they just talked about. He's a sex worker recruiter. Justin Combs, which is said to be Diddy's son. He's also a sex worker recruiter. Fahim Mohad is head of security, which is the same person that told police that there was an actual drive-by when there was actual pow-pow in the studio. Young Miami is a staff sex worker, is what they're naming her as. And Daphne Joy is also known as a sex worker as well. All right, let's continue.
This case. And there he is on your bottom right, Moy Bond. You think he's not rolling over right now? To Robert Crispin joining me, former federal task force officer for U.S. DOJ, that's Department of Justice, with the DEA in the Miami Field Division. Never a lack of business there. Former homicide and crimes against children investigator, now at CrispinInvestigations.com. Robert, one question for now. You think all the people we just showed on that flow chart aren't begging to sing for a plea deal?
You better believe it.
I'd have my lawyer on the phone yesterday.
You better believe it.
Working a deal so I wouldn't spend the next 50 years in the penitentiary.
Listen, they know it's coming, and they're trying to get the best seat in the house, and they're going to these prosecutors saying, what can I give you? Let's sit down, let's talk, because those chairs are going to fill up really fast once this thing starts to unwind and once people start getting arrested. But if I can back up just 2 seconds about that search warrant, I'm not real sure that an indictment is going to come out this quickly, because there's a lot of electronics that were taken. And I will tell you, from doing multiple federal search warrants and taking a lot of electronic devices, that stuff takes time to go through systematically. You got to retrieve data that's been deleted. And ironically, the hidden cameras that were in, you know, in Diddy's house are probably going to be the same cameras that are going to sink him.
Hey, Crispin, you think the feds haven't done everything you just said except the cameras? Because if they'd gotten the cameras, Combs, I know you're on a first name basis with Sean P. Combs, but that said, I'm not. Combs and his staff would know if those cameras had been seized off a yacht or at his locations where he lives, his domiciles. We don't know that yet, but everything you just talked about, I guarantee you the feds have done. I would not be surprised if they haven't been wiretapping him. I mean, they go all the way, Crispin, as you well know from your prior investigations. And I'm telling you, they would not have made a public raid, a simultaneous raid with assault weapons if they were not ready on their indictment. Those raids were used to support the indictment they've already drawn up. When I say drawn up, it's because you, a person, writes out the indictment. They may then later type it. But you write out the charges you think you can prove, and then you support it with the evidence. I guarantee you they've got the indictment ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
They're either waiting on a vote or they've already had a grand jury vote and they're waiting to go public. That's what I think is happening. Now, what is the fallout? How is Combs behaving? Because a jury could take into account what occurred before, during, and after. To Dr. John Delatorre joining me, a psychologist, mediator specializing in forensic psychology, a witch hunt. You know, that's what always happens. When you have the crap coming at you, what do? You put it in a ball and you throw it back like a snowball at whoever threw it to start with. That's what's happening here. Witch hunt, it's like focus off all the evidence and focus on me. I'm being persecuted. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's 100% what that is. And that's part of being, that's part of the motif, right? The thematic elements that it means to be an abuser. It's making the other person, the victims or whoever it is that's coming after you, making them the villains, because in your mind, you haven't done anything wrong. Now, we don't know how he is actually responding when there aren't cameras around. I'm pretty sure he's furious and contacting his attorney about getting this thing fixed, because in his mind, he's been able to get away with this for so long that he's forgotten that all of this stuff is abusive. He's forgotten all that stuff is unlawful. He doesn't care that all of this stuff has hurt so many people, and he's contributed to so many further abuses of individuals who've probably already been abused in their lives. He didn't care about any of that stuff. The only thing he ever cared about was himself and what he could get from other people.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have
That's
stories.
Tanika Ray, who used to dance for him
Mine
back in the
is
day.
horrific, and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. But it's, since then, I've been like, yep. And I also am very intimately aware that you tell your truth and you become victimized over and over and over and over and over and over. And mind you, I then interviewed him many times. I have a lot of stories, y'all. I've been in Hollywood for 25 years, maybe longer, 30. I got a lot of stories. Unfortunately, maybe I'll write a book one day, but it just is so traumatizing that women just want to live every day and feel safe. And when we revisit and revisit, we live in a state of victimhood, and nobody wants to live there. So for those of you like, why didn't you say something then? Because we just want to live. We want to be happy. And we really want to forget the trauma. So there's that.
You are hearing Tanika Ray, former backup dancer for Sean Combs, on Instagram. She states, I'll probably never tell this. Maybe I'll write a book. Well, how about to a grand jury? Because I would sure like to find out what she is talking about that was so upsetting and traumatizing that, frankly, right now, she can't even talk about it. She just wants to live her life and be happy. What happened? What does she know? What does everybody around Sean Combs know that they don't want to say? In a career that has been marked by murder, untimely deaths, and prison, now, finally, are we at the point where a grand jury indictment is going to be handed down? If you saw him in the last few days, you'd think Sean Puffy P. Diddy Combs has not a care in the world. I don't know if that's true. Joining me, Kayla Brantley, investigative reporter, dailymail.com. But first, to Shannon Henry, president and founder of SASS, SASS, Surviving Assault Standing Strong, a nonprofit whose mission is to eradicate sex trafficking and violence against women and girls globally. Shannon Henry, I know that a lot of times SASS, your group, deals with pimps, sex trafficking, massage parlors, nail parlors, where you unearth the dregs of society taking advantage of underage girls and women that can't speak for themselves. I guess it's pretty rare that you get a media and music mogul, literally a music icon in your crosshairs. But what can you tell us about prior incidents? We're mentioning untimely deaths, shooting, prison. What?
So, sure, Nancy, thank you. It's, we've worked with 20,000 women on 4 different continents. And when you're looking at the playbook, whether it's Epstein or Cosby or anyone else, there are certain criteria that they hit. Now, we know that with Sean, things have been riddled with violence, with grooming, with intimidation, physical violence.
Who is that right there? That's his son right there. That's Al B. Sure's son. His other son right here is his other son, Justin. That's Christian Combs. That's Justin Combs. That's what's the other one? I forget his name. That's Al B. Sure's son. Okay, but Quincy. That's Quincy. Right in there in the Diddy parties. Okay, he got all his children in these Diddy parties with women walking around doing FOs and everything else. Look at that. He shouldn't even be in there. He's his youngest baby boy. A hot mess.
Guns, pornography, underage girls, like you said. Promises, sexual violence and abuse, emotional abuse, and his circle of croonies, who I call his bodyguards, that he pays off to keep everything quiet and intimidate other people in order to maintain control. But we do know about 2 incidents that have occurred also where there have been shootings.
In the studio, you guys remember that? That's what that picture was, and I got to edit that out because YouTube is not going to let that shit fly. So, yeah, let's continue though.
Just an open secret that in these Hollywood elite circles, people knew of this behavior. But of course, there's intimidation tactics. Of course, there's alleged blackmail. So we will likely hear many more stories, but it just depends if these people are willing to come forward when it matters most.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Dick, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I'm signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy. Going crazy.
One thing Purdue Global has helped me with is having the flexibility to go to school full time.
What do you have in common with a 15-year-old? That's weird.
Saying as a young boy, Justin Bieber with Combs. That is from Combs' YouTube channel. What would be a 15-year-old boy's dream that he's talking about? I'm not sure I want to know that right now. But I want to focus on what we're hearing. Kayla Brantley joining us from dailymail.com. In the last 48 hours, 50 Cent, 50, has gone crazy on social media. Why?
So 50 Cent's ex, Daphne Joy, they share a 12-year-old son together. She was named in the Little Rod lawsuit as a sex worker for Diddy. And 50 Cent, they are not on good terms. He has been trolling Diddy since this began. And now he's come out hitting out against his ex, Daphne Joy, which she has completely denied. So now even more players are getting involved.
I'm just wondering, Nima Romani, all the people that say they're not willing to speak out. For instance, the one backup singer who says she doesn't want to talk about it. Not that I blame her.
Diddy.
But these are people that are going to get called to grand jury.
They sure are.
Because they're out there. They're putting it on social media. That's low-hanging fruit for the feds.
Hey,
Oh, there's no
TikTok, thanks for
question they're
here.
going to get grand jury subpoenas, and whether they want to or not, they're going to have to testify. So obviously, if you're a prosecutor, you want to be sensitive to a victim of sex abuse, and to the extent that you don't need them, maybe you don't put them in front of a trial jury. But a grand jury is a secret proceeding, meeting with prosecutors. Those meetings happen behind closed doors. So that's going to happen whether the victim wants to or not.
You know, a lot of people rail Nima Rahmani against, quote, secret grand jury proceedings. There's nothing at all unconstitutional.
Thanks for
about
being
a
here,
secret grand
T-Talk
jury
with your girl.
proceeding.
She's a content
Hearsay
creator.
is
Follow
allowed
her.
in grand jury proceedings. As you just correctly pointed out, hearsay is not allowed in front of a petit jury, which is a jury of 12, or a smaller petite jury. And the rules of evidence come into play. They're not in play at a grand jury. So what happens at the grand jury may remain secret forever, although at some point the defense has access to the grand jury transcript so they can see who, what, where, why, when occurred in the grand jury proceedings. I want you to now listen to Uncle Luke on We in Miami.
Did you party with Diddy a lot? Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early. I don't know what goes on after hours, but
he wasn't trying to find out.
I wasn't trying to find out.
Does anybody on this panel believe that? What about it, Delatorre? There you've got Uncle Luke on We in Miami, who's partying with Diddy and goes, well, you know, I leave early and I go home and read a book. BS. Nobody left early. Did you see those party pictures? Nobody's leaving.
Yeah,
that's what I call
it certainly doesn't
a witness.
Look like, yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's leaving early. Although I can kind of see sort of part of where this joke is, where it's an open secret, where they're starting to say, listen, I already know that this guy's a bad guy. I don't want to be lumped in with all of this stuff. So I'm just going to keep my mouth closed. I'm going to keep my eyes closed. I'm not going to say anything. Because in some instances, there might be retribution to be paid if you started saying things out of turn. Maybe not now, but certainly back then when Diddy still had some power and influence and could do these kinds of things. We see violence and shooting is not outside of Diddy's realm. So it's certainly possible that some of these people are saying this kind of stuff in order to keep themselves safe.
Delatorre, I don't know what you're saying. When Combs did have power and influence, he's got power and influence right now.
Sure do.
He's estimated worth is over $1 billion, and everyone seemingly is afraid to speak out. You've got these lawsuits, which really crack the case wide open. But this is a guy who has an empire, a clothing line, a liquor line, founder of Bad Boy Records, millions and millions of dollars of property holdings. Although I read Keala Brantley this weekend, he is up to his neck in hot to over $100 million on all of his properties around the world. What do you know?
So dailymail.com revealed that he actually took out 8 mortgages for his 3 properties, one in Los Angeles, which was raided, and his 2 side-by-side mansions in Miami, which were also raided. Now he's owes over $140 million is what he took out, and he still owes $100 million on them roughly. And these have to be paid out within the next few years, if not, from now until the next 10 years. And obviously now he's up to his neck in legal fees that he will be having to pay soon. So unclear what he's going to do about that, but he is allegedly a billionaire, but we'll see when the time comes.
A lot has been made about trafficking allegations in the last 48 hours. Sean Puffy Combs, aka Diddy, seems to be unaffected. This is what I would do right now, Nima Rahmani, if I were prosecuting this case. If they haven't already done it, and I imagine that they have, I would get the hench person who is allegedly Moy Bond. The hench person and the drug mule.
Yep.
One of Combs's alleged drug mules. I would get the 2 of them.
Right here.
And I would get them in a room, not together, of course. And I would offer them a deal in order to get testimony and eyewitness accounts of anything and everything they could tell me. What about it, Nima? You're going to have. I mean, Combs has already walked. He was acquitted on guns charges, right? He has tremendous popularity with the jury. You have to have credible eyewitness testimony to back up your evidence if you want to win this case. Corroboration.
Well, Nancy, that's exactly how you prosecute.
Pause. Them two alone gonna speak. The white boy, I think he gonna crack first. I'm sorry. The drug mule, the guy, Brendan Paul, I think he's gonna be the first one to crack once they tell him all the things that they have. Because y'all know they have a way of scaring your ass to make you talk. I think he's scared. He's already got these drug charges. They're going to throw that in his face too, but I think he's going to be the first one to crack. And the other guy that they're talking about, the Moy guy, I think he's going to definitely crack too once they get them in their room.
Any criminal enterprise, you flip the lower level people and you work your way up the organization. And that graphic was there. And so we know the alleged drug mule, Paul, I mean, he has to safety valve, which means he has to proffer truthfully. Otherwise, he's looking at a mandatory minimum sentence. Obviously, bond. If you're caught up in sex trafficking, a conspiracy to sex traffic minors or produce child pornography, you're looking at 10 or 15-year mandatory minimum sentences. And the only way he's going to get out from that is if he cooperates. So you're right, Nancy.
Brendan Paul right now is facing 10 to 15 years alone, not even with everything else that they got on him. That's just for the drug stuff. So if he don't cooperate and give up something, they're going to really throw the book at him. So he's looking at 10, 15. If he's going to get lesser time than that, because I don't see him wanting to spend 10, 15 years in prison, they're going to really pass him around. He is going to be singing like a canary. I'm just saying.
And see, jurors love celebrities. And he's got a very good lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I used to work with him. He's a former AUSA. So he's not going to take any type of deal. So if you're going to prosecute this case as the feds, you got to make sure you flip all those other individuals and make them testify against your real target. And that's Sean Combs.
While Sean Combs' estates were being raided, sons King Combs and Justin Combs were detained during the raids. And now King Combs is speaking out about his detainment and the sex assault scandal engulfing his father on Instagram, saying, "Stop with the cap," which is slang for quit lying. The post is apparently in response to allegations about his father, but the somewhat cryptic message might also be directed at Sean Combs' accusers.
I'll pick up with what the state can make of that in closing arguments. But now Tequila Brantley, investigative reporter, joining us from dailymail.com. Kelly, we're talking about grand jury proceedings, which I believe have probably already taken place. But if they haven't, who is the single witness you believe the state will call to testify in front of a grand jury?
I think the best witness here would be Cassie. She was his girlfriend for 10 years with obvious intimate knowledge of how he works, all the ins and outs. They must have lived together. And she really was the catalyst that really set all of this out. Once she filed her lawsuit, it was then that 3 other women came forward, that Lil Rod came forward, who would also make an excellent, excellent witness. So if I had to pick one, I would say Cassie's the way to go.
Guys, it's Kayla Brantley joining us, investigative reporter, dailymail.com. Shannon Henry joining us, president and founder of Surviving Assault, Standing Strong. Weigh in, Shannon.
I also want people to understand that these people that are coming forward are so extremely brave. There is no promise on the return of their disclosure. They're risking everything, their reputation, their career, their assets, their sleep, their family, their friends. Everything hangs in the balance. And that I hope that when it does come down to that moment where these people are able to be heard and their voices are able to be listened to, that the things that often people use against survivors, things like drug and alcohol use, which is a coping mechanism, not necessarily a healthy one, but it is a coping mechanism. And their gaps in recall, which just proves that they were trying to survive something really traumatic and logic was shut down in that moment. I hope that all of this will be used, not only to honor these people for what they've done and how they've come forward, but to prove the guilty party is Diddy and the croonies that he surrounded himself with.
Shannon Henry, we've been talking about responses from Combs's camp. We've been talking about potential grand juror witnesses. But I think one thing that's gotten lost in the sauce is what sex attack victims go through when you're essentially coerced. You may not be beaten, but you're coerced into unwanted sex acts. Many women never make a comeback from that. Like you heard the one woman earlier saying she can't even talk about it. She doesn't want to remember it because she's trying to be happy. And you know what I hate, Shannon? I hate when somebody out of the blue brings up to me my fiance's murder. I hate that. Why? Because I could be having a perfectly happy day with my 2 children that I have now that I thought I would never have.
I start crying, Nancy.
And then suddenly it's like somebody throws a bucket of ice cold water right in my face. It reminds me of the worst thing, one of the worst things that has ever happened to me. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to remember it. It's so traumatic. Explain it. You may be on a yacht. You may be given a whole bunch of money, and but it doesn't take away what you were forced to do.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't take it away, and our bodies immediately go back and access the smells, the sights, the sounds from that moment. And then our physical response happens where we feel like we need to run or fight or hide. And so for these victims that are now going through all of this so publicly, this is what they're experiencing on a daily basis.
We wait as the investigation into Sean Puffy Combs, aka P. Diddy, unfolds. But right now we pause and we remember an American hero, Chief Deputy Sheriff.
So that's the end, guys. That's the end. What do y'all think about this? That was very informative. They are getting very close, you guys, to bringing Diddy to justice. They getting ready to pick him up. They are, like I said, they've been watching him for quite some time. He didn't know it. They've been watching him. He's been moving freely. They've been watching that traffic coming in and out of those houses. They know who's involved. They've been interviewing people. They've already said that at the end, whenever they do that raid, that's the last thing that they need, because they just got to put their hands on them tapes and that video surveillance stuff to connect the witnesses in terms of what they've told them. They know dates, because y'all know on video time is time stamped in terms of when certain people were there. If they say, hey, I was there on, say, Tuesday at 2:00. If you go back and roll those tapes back Tuesday at 2:00, if you're on that video showing that you were doing something during, SEX trafficking, that's your ass, Diddy. That's all I got to say. They're talking about young girls under the age of 17 and 16 being there. If they see any of that on those tapes, it's a wrap for him. It's a wrap for him. And now Cassie has come out to say that she is fully cooperating, and that she has been fully cooperating with the feds as well. She's going to blow this whole case off to where Diddy's ass is going to be found guilty. Because for 10 years, she was being trafficked. For 10 years, she's known all of his business. For 10 years, she's gone through all the stuff that she's gone through, and she know people that were also involved in the trafficking ring with Diddy. So I don't know what to tell him. I don't know what to tell him. This right here was some good news. Did y'all get some information that y'all did not know in this particular video? I love Nancy Grace because she's so thorough. I love her. But thank you guys for watching. I pray that they protect. She's probably in protective custody, knowing that she's cooperating. She's probably already told him the stuff that he's done and the people that's been unalived for speaking out. So I'm pretty sure they have her in some type of protective custody, because she's got a husband now, and she also has 2 beautiful children. So y'all know if she's talking, y'all know people that have been unalive, when they talked about, they're going to talk about Diddy, talking about writing books and stuff like that too. So I'm pretty sure she's under, very, very high surveillance and under protective custody, because they need her as a star witness, and they're not going to put her in a situation to where she can be offed by Diddy or anybody else that's working for him, because they want to take him down. They want to take him down, and they're going to get him. They said it's a matter of days that Diddy's ass is going down. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much, T-Talk with your girl, for being here tonight. Chronicles with Kim K, I think I saw her in here. Was there any other content creators? If so, let me know before we get out of here, because I don't like to leave you guys out. Love you guys so much, and thanks so much for supporting the channel. Please hit that like button, guys. This was some great information tonight, okay? So this was good, very informative. Y'all know I like to pull that deep stuff, and I've been following this Diddy case, and I'm gonna keep following it. In any new developments that I get, you guys will get it as well. Okay, please hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, and also if you're joining for the very first time, please subscribe to this channel as well, okay, so that you can get more new content. All right, because we have it over here. All right, yes, thank you guys. Let's get out of here, because I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm sleepy, all of the above. All right, see you guys in the morning for Car Chronicles. Mods, thank you for an awesome job. Okay, Truth TV podcast. If you're a content creator, thank you, dear, for joining us tonight. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Did I leave anybody else? Moss, again, thank you so much. Caramelians, guys, thank you guys so much. All right, love you guys down. See you guys tomorrow, and bye.